What's up, Wise Flyers? David here. I'm going to tell you the 5 mistakes most people make with American Express credit cards and points. Along with other banks and loyalty programs, American Express membership rewards are constantly changing their system, so it's really important you stay in the know and you don't make any of these mistakes. First mistake people make is not knowing that you only get the sign-up bonus for the credit card with American Express one time in your entire life. Currently, there is no other bank that offers these terms. Usually you could get the same sign-up bonus for a card 24 months later or a few months later, but with American Express, it's only one time in your entire life. You are allowed to get the card multiple times, but the sign-up bonus only once. That's why it's really important to wait until there's an elevated sign-up bonus to go for. For example, the American Express Delta Gold card offers a sign-up bonus of 30,000 Delta Sky Miles throughout the year, but then it goes up to 60,000 Delta Sky Miles. So you want to make sure you're going for the 60,000 mile sign-up bonus compared to the 30,000. So you're allowed the sign-up bonus for each card product one time in your life, but you are allowed to get different versions of the card. So for example, you could get the American Express Platinum card, the sign-up bonus with that, and you could also get the Business Platinum card sign-up bonus as well because they're considered different products. Same with the Hilton cards. You could get the no annual fee Hilton Honors card sign-up bonus. You could get the Hilton Ascend sign-up bonus, the Hilton Aspire. So definitely make your applications count when you're applying for American Express card. Next mistake is not knowing which cards offer transferable American Express membership reward points. Transferable MR points give you the option to transfer to transfer partners, but not all American Express cards give you that option. For example, the Blue Cash Preferred card gives you cash back. The Delta Gold card gives you Delta Sky Miles. I'm not going to say every card that gives you the transferable MR points, but here they are on the screen. It's quite a few, actually. So it's important to know the difference between each American Express card. Next is not knowing the difference between the Amex charge cards and credit cards. So credit cards have a fixed spending limit on the card, and you don't have to pay your balance in full every single month. However, I highly recommend that you do pay your bill in full every single month and not accrue any interest, because any interest accumulated is basically going to negate any points that you're earning. Compared to a charge card where you have to pay your balance in full every single month, and there is no way that you could carry a balance. So you should be paying your bill in full every month, as I said before, with every single credit card, so that with a charge card, there is no way that you could carry over that balance. Next is missing out on the American Express transfer partners. So American Express has the most amount of transfer partners, and with certain cards, you're allowed to transfer your American Express membership reward points over to these transfer partners between flights and hotels and get a ton more value rather than using your points just for 1 cent per point in the travel portal. So if we look, here are all the different transfer partners, and there are different ratios for each airline that you're going to transfer to. And the transfer times are different as well. Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it could take a few days. And American Express has more transfer partners than any other flexible currency, such as Citi Thank You points, Chase Ultimate Reward points, or Capital One Venture Miles. And American Express often offers limited time transfer bonuses. So it could be 30% transfer bonus if you transfer to Air France or something like that. And just a little tip, transferring to hotels rarely makes sense. I think you're better off using the transfer airlines. It's really hard to get good value out of Hilton, Choice Hotels, and Marriott. Also, it's important to note that when you transfer to partners that are US airlines, there is a 0.06 cents per point that you transfer. For example, if you were to transfer your MR points over to Delta, for every point it would be 0.06 cents, and that does add up when you're transferring over thousands of points. So just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, all transfers are final. You can't transfer to an airline and then want your MR points back and bring it back into your American Express account. You can't do that. So you want to make sure that there's always availability and you have plans for the airline that you're transferring to before transferring, because once you transfer it, there's no way to get it back. The next mistake is not making best use of spending categories with the American Express cards. So if you're trying to reach your minimum spending on a certain card, then yes, use that card for everything, because you're going to get a much bigger return when you complete the minimum spending and get the sign-up bonus. But if you're not completing minimum spending on a certain card, you want to make sure that you're getting a lot of value for your everyday purchases. For example, supermarkets. You could use the American Express Gold card and get 4 points per dollar there. If you have the American Express Platinum card and you're not using it for airfare or hotels, then it doesn't really make sense to go to restaurants or pay for your gas or other spending categories like that that you normally do on a regular basis, because you're only going to get 1 point per dollar with the Platinum card. The big mistake a lot of people make is they want to earn as many points as possible, so they're using the cards for every single purchase, which is great. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're using a credit card for as many purchases as possible, but if you're only getting 1 point per dollar for that purchase, you're kind of losing, because there are so many cards that'll offer you higher earning potentials for your purchases that you normally make on a regular basis. So always strive to get more than 1 point per dollar on all of your purchases that you make. Let me know in the comments below if I missed any mistakes that people make with American Express cards. Leave it down below. So it's really important that you don't make any of these mistakes, because some of these mistakes could cost you hundreds of dollars. And a little bonus tip is, a lot of people let their credits expire. So for example, with the American Express Gold card and the Platinum card, they offer a bunch of credits throughout the year. For example, with the Platinum card, you get a Uber credit of $200 for the year, but it's $15 every single month. And if you don't use that credit, it'll expire and you won't be able to get it for the next month. It doesn't roll over. Same for the Saks Fifth credit, is $50 for every 6 months. And then with the Gold credit, you have to use the Grubhub or Steak and Shake, whatever the restaurant food credit is. So you want to make sure that you're using those credits before they expire. The credits that American Express actually really annoys me. I don't like how they make you have to redeem it every single month, but I could see why they're doing it, because a lot of people are forgetful and they don't redeem those credits every single month. Therefore, they expire and American Express wins. And if you want to learn more about American Express cards, you could click this link over here. I have a short playlist that'll teach you more about American Express cards for 2019. So you could click that link right now, and I'll see you in the next video.